What's up traders, John Howell here, officialjohnhowell.com. In this video, I'm going to be doing some funky stuff on the whiteboard, plus we're going to look at some charts. So let's get into it.
Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader.
Yeah! What's doing in the market? Sometimes you feel like that, don't you? Bit of a chicken, it's like up, in, out, in. What's up guys? Obviously it's me, John Howell. Do some more funky stuff on the whiteboard. Pretty crazy market out there, isn't it? So, and the interesting thing is, look at those support levels continue to hold all the way up in this market. And what I'm talking about is this, is obviously we had almost a 2% update in most of the indices. Most of the indices, the Russell wasn't as buoyant as most of the other stocks, but let's have a look at this here. The S&P 500 guys is obviously rallying, so is the Nasdaq, everything like that. But here's the interesting thing is, guys, if you take a bigger picture, broader view, let's bring this. Let's make this professional editing in this bitch right now. How we going with that? Yeah. Oh. Get in there. Oh, wrong way. How's that, eh? Oh, awesome. Oh, professional editing in this bitch right now. One thing we do see, guys, with the markets, let's do this. I'm trying to hold everything here. The remote control for you. Some pens. I need like a little side thing here. I've got a little table there, but anyway. So, what we got here, guys, is looking at the Nasdaq and looking at the market. Obviously, I'm doing these videos on a day-by-day basis, looking at the data, okay? And yesterday I said, oh look, we have a bullish reversal flag, and it did break out a little bit there, and it broke out, came back up, and then continued back up, okay? Now, the first thing I do say is that when the bearish reversal flag did actually work, it did actually get the pullback down yesterday. Secondly, I did say, I think we're going to get some more downside, and I also did point out that we do have a lot of support. A lot of support in the markets, okay? And what's been happening lately with the market itself, it goes up, it'll break past the resistance level, or sure, it'll go up, come back down, it'll come back up, it'll hit a resistance, come down, come back up, break through, comes back down, hits support and breaks back up. And that's exactly what's been happening. Man, something just happened in my throat just then. So that's exactly what's been happening with the markets. Makes sense? So, you know, and that's exactly what happened moving forward through yesterday, right? Through yesterday, because this is where we were yesterday. We're at a resistance level, and we actually were creating in that the bearish reversal flag, and then the market went down to this support level here, okay? And then that's where it was yesterday when I was doing yesterday's video. So now we're at this level here. Now it looks like we may be able to spend, and now you can see what happened. You see what happened yesterday, right? So as soon as the market went down, it's like pop, up we go. So. Anyway guys, so what I am seeing, guys, and what I am looking at here is looking at the bigger picture, like looking not just the day-by-day basis, like, oh look, we had an update, or look, if you look at the bigger, broader view, right now, there's a key few indicators that's still hovering around in the markets. One, the Nasdaq is still in that bullish reversal flag, and so are a lot of the other indices, okay? Meaning when the markets ran up and we're just in this one big bullish looking, but to me, reversal flag, okay? That's one. That's what I do see. It's on the S&P 500 anyway. Now, that's what I do see looking at that market there. So, but also guys, what I want you to see as well too, is that with most of the indices, we are getting very close, especially where we are right now, very close, especially the Dow Jones and the S&P, we're getting very close to the 200 MA. The 200 MA, which is a big key indicator. And again, we'll look at that on the actual chart itself. So, anyway guys, As an early morning for me here, I've just finished trading. I had actually a pretty good morning. I went short on I was short on stocks. They went down, like some of my stocks went down like 3%. Market's up 2%. My stocks went down 3%. So I'm a happy camper. But I want to get this done for you. Show you what's happening to the overall S&P 500 market. So anyway, guys, let's get to the charts.
All right, let's get straight into the chart segment on the S&P 500. We can see nice, good up day, 1.6%. Way we go. And the really interesting thing is that, as I was saying on the whiteboard, is that you can see that the market continues to run up. Here was the support level, broke up, came down, hit support, create resistance, came back up, bounced off support here, and then this resistance point, and then came support, and then ran straight back up to the 200 moving average, as you can see. So you can see, guys, by looking at this here and by looking at the markets, you can really see that that the market is at this 200 moving average. Now, if I bring out my trend lines here, look what's happened. Now, we did break past this resistance line here, and we did break, so that's no longer valid anymore. We don't need to worry about that anymore. We did have a support and resistance levels up, support and resistance level here as well too. Now the question is this a fake breakout? Is this a fake breakout? Because the reason why I say that is, or should I say, maybe not even a fake breakout, right? Because if you look at the 200 moving average, look at the 200 moving average here, all supporting through here, and then a breakdown there. So things are really starting to turn on the overall basis. This market continues to ride up in this overall. If you squeeze this right up, you can see this channel through here, right? Now we will start to get a reversal soon. We will, because the market just doesn't run up like that, and it just doesn't keep going like that. You know what I mean? So, as this market continues to get higher and higher and higher, the bigger the pullback, I believe. So, but as I'm speaking right now, I do believe we have a bit more upside to come. We did break out of yesterday's support and resistance levels. You can see the support and resistance levels is more through there. That's that point through there. So. But we're still in this sort of bullish looking reversal flag on the day chart for the S&P 500. We're getting very close to the 200 moving average. So yes, I believe another upside for tonight, but we will start to get a pullback soon. It'll happen when most people are not looking for it. It's like, this market's going to keep going up, and then suddenly bam, it starts to go down. So maybe this thing's just going to keep going on until November, because November's a lot of things going to happen there. So maybe that's what the market's doing right now. Same with the Dow Jones, right? The Dow Jones actually broke out of this channel through here, so we can delete that. We don't need that anymore. You can see how it's very close to its 200 plus this downward trend line. But once again, what we're getting here, we're getting this sort of bullish looking reversal type of flag. Okay, actually you can see how we actually broke out of that to the high side. So you can see how that nice volume spike as well too. So we just really need to get out of it. We really need to get out of this spot here. It's just such a cluttered area of support and resistance levels, and that's what's making it hard for people to trade, right? So yes, we did get a pullback yesterday. I talked about getting a pullback yesterday. We got that, but a little pullback anyway, and at the support levels here, and now we're running back to the high side. If we do get any pullbacks, it's likely bought and then rally back up to the 200 moving average. And so, but for now, guys, it's at the 200 moving average. I'm not quite sure about that there. It is still looking very bullish, and we do have an upside. We're just at this a whole lot of area support resistance. We take everything off the screen here, and the fact of the matter is this, guys, is that the market, I'm not buying this up move. What I mean by that is this, guys, is that if we have a look at any stock out there, it goes in, even in a crash, right? The market crashes, then it pulls back, and it comes back down, and then it pulls back, right? So people, whatever's happening in this market right now, as this market continues going higher, we will soon see this. It's just bound to happen, right? That's the way the market works. It will happen. It makes peaks and troughs. It doesn't just continue running up. Okay, so we will start to see that pullback. Now, when that happens, we don't know. Maybe in November, but we will start to see this pullback. And so, look at the Russell. The one thing about the Russell I see time and time again, it's the only one, I think anyway, has continued to make these lower peaks, and it's struggling to create this little high trough here. If it's trying to make a high trough. So the Russell actually looks very weak compared to most of the indices, and then same with the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq is at its 200 moving average. If we bring all the trend lines up, you can see it's in at that bullish reversal flag there. It's at the 200 moving average. It's still struggling at that point of level there, guys. It really is. So, you know, yes, bullishness looks like it's going to be on the markets, but overall, guys, I'm actually looking at this. If I squeeze my chart up and looking at the bigger picture here, guys, to me, it doesn't, it just does not scream confidence in the upside at all at this time anyway. So, well, should I say that is, we can actually see that the market has rallied up, and we're seeing that there. But once again, guys, we are likely to get a pullback. Okay, that's the way the markets work, and that's what does happen in the market. So, is this a pump and dump, or is this just the market rallying back up towards new highs? So it's interesting. I'm looking over this chart here down the bottom here, and you can see, if I just bring my little chart down the bottom here, you can see here back in the last time I got below the 52 on this the last time I got below the 52 on this weekly chart, you can see here that we actually had this one support, two support, ran back up, and it actually went to the 52 and then rejected it off and then continued up. But that you can see it actually ran right up to the end of November, and then we had the pullback. So maybe that's what we're going to get. Okay, maybe we're going to continue rallying up. We're going to maybe another couple of updays. We're going to poke its head above here, and then we're likely to see this type of action, a bit of a pullback moving there overall. So maybe that's what we're going to see there. Now, I'm not saying we're going to crash, but for a nice healthy market, we need pullbacks, right? So maybe that's what the overall markets are going to do. So looking at the weekly chart for the Dow Jones, we're seeing the same thing as well too, where the market's just rallying right up. The thing is this, guys, this is something you need to really keep an eye on for, and a cautious eye out for, is that looking at the peaks and troughs right now, this market overall, I don't see the bullishness out of this yet. I really don't. I really don't see the bullishness out of this. Meaning, if we have a look at the market here, we are obviously, we're creating lower peaks now, or lower troughs now overall in the Dow Jones. So it's creating a sense of, to me anyway, it's creating a sense of that the market is starting to slowly and slightly change trends. Okay. Now, the last time it did that, it went through here, and then it started breaking past previous peaks, and that's what changed the trend in the market. With me so far? You can see here back in 2008 when the market was here, it had the peak, a lower peak, and then we had another lower peak. Came up, made lower trough, no lower peak, and continued down. Market ran up, made a peak, sort of an equal peak, some equal troughs through here, slightly break through, and rallied back up. This one here was a lower trough. We had a peak through there, made a high peak, then a high trough, and then continue back up. So this is the only time right now that we're breaking up. So, but we could be still in this phase where, we had this peak here. Okay, so we have this peak here, and then we have this rally to the high side. So this rally to the high side, guys, I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I really just don't feel, this is talking big picture anyway. Okay, guys, this is the weekly chart here, by the way. Okay, weekly chart, and look at the Russell overall, long term. And if I just take everything off the screen, look at that. And if I just do that, if I just take everything off the screen, and let me just delete everything, all these trend lines here. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's go number 2, and let's just draw one trend line. Now, weekly chart, guys, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're about, that to me is a very weak topping pattern, right? Resistance, broke back up, and now we're breaking back down, now we're going sideways. Russell is the one that's struggling overall. So I don't care what this chart says, I don't care what the market says today. Overall, bigger picture over the next couple of months, we are likely to see more downside to come. Looking at the Nasdaq as well too. Yes, we're getting this rally to the high side, but look at that overall. Okay, just look at the way that's going up. So You know what, guys? I don't believe in this up move. I really don't believe in this up move. Now, obviously, we're going to trade what we can see, right? We trade what we can see now. So right now, when we're looking at the market, right now when we're trading the market, you know, it's getting to the high side. But guys, we're due for a pullback, and that's the way the market does work. And looking at the bigger picture on the weekly chart, guys, it does look very, very, very weak. It doesn't look very strong to me. So, and as I said before, guys, if you have a look at most stocks, okay, most stocks, they've got this sort of rounding, or sort of the indices, should I say, they've got this rounding topping pattern, meaning, as you can see, the market sort of like, look at that there, like a little hut, right? That's the Nasdaq. Look at the Russell. The Russell, the same thing, right? It's like a rounding top. And look at the Dow Jones. It has a round. Oh, wrong one. I'll get there. A rounding top. Makes sense. And the same thing for the S&P. So yes, more upside for the short term, but long term, guys, meaning the next couple of months, we are likely to see a bit of this action happening, I believe. Anyway, so looking at the charts, that's what I see, guys. Anyway, I'm out of here.
So, traders, you see that? Are we still in that bullish reversal flag? Yes, we are. Bigger picture, right? 200. Yes, we are. And it's so cliche, right? The market keeps going up, and there's like a bearish. Yep, bearish market goes up. Bearish market goes up. Bearish market goes up. You know what I mean? You know, it sounds like Harry Dent. You know what I mean? For the last 4 years. Oh, the market's going to crash sometime. You know, Harry Dent keeps talking about the market crashing. He'll be right eventually. So, 2016 seems to be a year that things don't feel right for me. Anyway. So you see what's happening on the charts, right? We're getting those bullish reversal flags. We're getting almost to the 200 moving average. The bigger picture says we're not at the woodworks yet. Okay, we're not at the woodworks yet. We're very close to that 200 SMA, which has been a key support and resistance level, which is a big key indicator overall as well too, in this market. So that's what I do say, guys. But you know what? We did get a good update. So therefore, I say more upside, at least for the onset for tonight anyway, moving forward. But that's the thing about day trading, guys. Okay, that's the thing about day trading. If you're day trading, meaning like if you're getting in and getting out on the same day, that sort of day trading, it's you know, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to use the daily chart and day trade. Makes sense. can't use the daily chart and day trade. Generally, what I used to do, trade the Eminis S&P 500. I don't trade it anymore. I trade more stocks because there's a lot more opportunities and so on and so forth. Again, that bit later on. But with the Eminis S&P 500, I used to trade I used to have the day chart and then the 60-minute. Okay, the 60-minute, and I used to see which way the daily chart was pointing. So it was pointing down. And then I'd look for some, if it was pointing down, so we get this sort of action, okay, and I would get some nice resistance levels on the S&P. So yes, if I was day trading on the S&P 500 level, on the S&P 500, I would have got stopped out, but I would have turned bullish because I was looking at the S&P 500 E-mini chart. If you're private traders of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I would have flipped bullish really quickly because we got straight back in that flag, especially on the hourly chart. The hourly chart was doing this. It broke out, came back up, came back down, and as soon as I got back in that reversal flag, would have turned me back into a bull, and up we go. So anyway, guys, so that's what I want to talk about there with the markets and with day trading. Daily charts, I look at that 60 minutes, and yes, I would have got stopped out. Most people would have got stopped out as well too by using that sort of a system. So that's where with me, guys, that's where with me personally, I like to trade the markets, but I like to trade stocks, okay? I'm not going to get into exactly what I trade and how I trade, but I like to trade stocks and I like to trade options over the stocks. Now, very simple, very analysis. But if you could find, and the thing I like about stocks is, one, there's a lot of them. You know, there's like over 1,000 stocks you can trade, really good quality setups on the S&P, SP, Dow, Nasdaq 100, and the Russell 1000. Man, there's so many indices, aren't there? And so I like to trade that because sometimes, guys, you can find such good quality setups, and there's a lot of good quality setups. You can be very picky about which ones you want. As I said before, that just this week alone, I was in four or five bearish setups. And every single one of them, including this morning I just got out of the market. Obviously I live here in Australia, but including here in the market, what happened was, yeah, all of them were in profit. So I got out of yesterday. I got out of one for like 40% profit. Today I got out of one at 20% profit, another one at sort of 60% profit. But I'm not bragging here. I have my stop outs as well too, and so on and so forth. But the interesting thing is, guys, is that, you know, just because the market's going up doesn't mean that you can't make money on the short side. You know what I mean? Because there's so many stocks that are doing this. Make sense? And this is where you want to be shorting, and so on and so forth. Make sense? So you know, and you know, maybe call me lucky, maybe call me fortunate or whatever, but if you're a good trader and you know how to trade the markets, you know how to identify really good quality setups, it doesn't matter what the S&P 500 is doing overall. You know what I mean? So just because the S&P goes up, doesn't mean your stock's going to go up as well too. Because even in the S&P 500, even in the Dow Jones 30, right? It's only 30 stocks. You know, it's only 30 stocks. Oh, my battery's gone dead, so. Oh, my battery's dying, so. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. My phone's going to die. Remember, success can be yours if you go clever, so step up, take massive action, and wow! Face your fears today.